President Moon Jae-in clarified his stance on THAAD and North Korea policies through an interview with CBS. This comes ahead of a planned Seoul-Washington summit and amid rising questions over where South Korea stands on deploying the U.S. missile defense system. Hwang Ho-jun has the latest from the top office.
Leading up to his first overseas trip on the job and his first bilateral summit with his U.S. counterpart, President Moon spoke with a couple of U.S. media outlets to make his position and his policies crystal clear. In an interview with the Washington Post, President Moon stressed that his new administration has not made any changes to the previous government's decision to deploy the U.S. anti-ballistic missile system, but he said the environmental impact assessment must take place as part of due process. President Moon also branded Kim Jong-un, quote, an unreasonable leader and a very dangerous person, but noted that Kim is the one with total control over North Korea and the one with the authority to denuclearize. President Moon had also sat down with CBS This Morning co-host Norah O'Donnell for an interview as well, which aired Tuesday morning local time. They began with the recent death of Otto Warmbier, the American student detained by North Korea for almost a year and a half, who was released last week in a coma and died. President Moon strongly condemned the North, saying the rogue state bears heavy responsibility for the 22-year-old's death, and urged Pyongyang to release the other South Korean and U.S. citizens held there. Since his presidential campaign, Moon has stressed that dialogue, alongside sanctions and pressure, are imperative to achieve the complete dismantlement of Pyongyang's nuclear program, leading some to believe that his North Korea policy is at odds with that of Mr. Trump. Moon rejected the idea, saying, quote, I have never mentioned a dialogue with no preconditions whatsoever. First come North Korea's nuclear and missile freeze, and then, as a second phase, South Korea will aim for the complete dismantlement of North Korea's nuclear program. The CBS interviewer asked President Moon whether he thinks President Trump will, quote, allow him or give the, quote, green light to begin a bilateral inter-Korean dialogue. That choice of words raised some eyebrows. Responding to a reporter on Wednesday, Kwon Hyuk-ki, the director of the Presidential Press Center, said that while it may be necessary to consult with the U.S., Seoul does not need America's permission to resume dialogue with Pyongyang. Observers interpret the president's appearances in U.S. media as a way to set the agenda and send a clear message to his U.S. counterpart ahead of their first two-day summit meeting in Washington next week. Hwang Ho-jun, Arirang News.